So fellas, I'm putting the double din setup in the Jeep. There's some cutting involved. You gotta order this. It's like I don't know, $100 or something like that, or 80 or 60. Hell, I don't remember. And this is the part number, and it's from Metra. That's the part number there. Puts a double din. Now with that big display, I had to move the thing around. You see all the holes? You can mount the screen different ways, and I put it at an angle, and it's still pretty big in there, but it's all right. And then you're gonna have to bolt it, and they don't come with any screws to go through the side, but every radio will be different. To put these brackets here on, and they bolt to factory location here, and then go down and bolt to your fan thing. Same thing on this side, but you have to cut this off to mount this thing down to here, and it screws into here with a screw. And you also have to cut up in here. There's a piece that sticks down about that far, just plastic. You got to cut that out to get the radio to slide in there with the one I'm doing anyway. And the best way to do that is use a cutoff tool like this instead of like a jigsaw or sawzall or anything like that, because it doesn't shake everything so bad. And this actually will melt the plastic and seal it back up if you got any holes there, but there's not. I mean, it's almost like just extra stuff. The sun's killing me. Let me see if I can block that. Well, anyway, that's what that is. You got to cut up in here to fit it in, to slide in on the factory thing here, the factory shelf. Same thing here. This has got to be cut off even with the switch gauge, where it can bolt up here and there, and then you'll have a mount to mount the radio, and it fits pretty tight up in here so it won't move around. And then figure out how to get this over it with that screen on. Probably have to take the screen off, plug it back, unplug it, and do all that to do this one. But I'm getting it in there, and I'll make a video. I'll make some updates when I get further along with it. I just want to show y'all what that entailed. There's a right and a left bracket, and there is instructions. Makes quick work of that. It's flush with this, so the bracket can bolt here and there. Now I'm gonna let's see which one's the left. There's the left one. So it'll go. I'm gonna have to trim it. See how it's hitting right here? Won't go down. I'm gonna have to trim the bottom of this bracket off right here, just to where it'll come down and be flush. Same thing on this side. It's gonna be some modifying, but it ain't nothing terrible. Not comparing to what we usually do to these things. So yeah, I gotta cut that much off of this bracket on the bottom, and then we'll find some bolt holes that bolt up on the radio itself, and we'll slide it in there after we wire it up and bolt it in. And that's how that goes. So I ended up taking off of it about up to the first set of holes. And this is a limited 98 model, so it may be different with other stuff. It bolts up right there. May have to trim a little bit more off of this. Let me see. That wire's got to be moved too. Yeah. Just like so. Goes right there. Do the same thing on this side, and I'll start figuring out the radio. You just got to trim it to where the radio can, where the bracket can sit on this and the radio can sit on this, and the way it's got support here and here. And you cut that just enough to where the radio slide in there, so that gives it support back here too. And everything ain't riding on this bracket. All this is really doing is keeping it from coming in and out and moving around. Man, that thing's look huge, don't it? Alright, it fit between there good. It mounts up here, there. And there's our bolt hole on that side. Same thing over here. I'm gonna pull it out a little bit. And I'm gonna use the factory 10mm to do that. It's a this one here. It's already threaded. I'll drill a little hole and use this to tap it, and that'll work good. It's gonna be a big radio, which I can get to. The controls fine under here. The vents are back here. Should be good. It'll be nice because I'm blind anyway, so when I got GPS up on it, I can see what I'm doing. And I may try to mount it to where it's at an angle like that towards the driver. We'll see where the bolt holes go and all that kind of stuff. Alright, I'm going to carry on with it, see what it all looks like when we get it done, wired up, and I'll bring y'all back. But it slides in good between the brackets. Should be pretty secure. It's got 4 bolt holes now instead of just 2. 4 bolts holding it. But it slides in there good. Like I said, back there in the back, you just want enough room to where it'll hold it. Don't go crazy with it, but you almost can't go too far with this because of the way it's made. You know, you can't cut past the flat spot. There's just enough room to get this in between the bottom and the top of this vent. And if it had a 10-inch screen, I mean an 8-inch screen, it'd probably be better than this 10-inch, but this is what I got, so. Alright, used the supplied bolt. I didn't use this one. Just easier to get it in, and it's sturdy. So now what I'm going to do is slide the radio back in here, get it where I want it. Take a Sharpie, and the holes that line up, just put a little Sharpie on them on both sides. That way when you take all this back out and unbolt this from here, you know where to screw it into the radio. And then when you get it wired up and slide it all back in, you can just bolt everything up and you're good to go. So that's basically how you put a double DIN in, just like that. Bolt here, bolts here, here. You have to trim the bracket on the bottom to sit on that shelf. Same thing on this side. Trim this back here, almost flush. It sticks down about that far. Trim all that off with a whiz wheel, and then wire it up, slide it in, put your faceplate on, swap them clips over to the new one. And it's got the big opening for the double DIN, and you got to reuse your vents too. It don't come with vents, which is fine. I got some right here. Do that, and we're good to go. All right, I think that's it. I'm gonna wire everything up on the radio and get it all in there. I got that USB. I'm gonna download the torque app where I can put the gauges on here, the Jeep gauges on the radio, and we'll make a whole nother video on that. But they sell, I don't know if you guys are not savvy with wiring, you can buy plug kits that plug into your factory harness. Don't cut these, just buy the plug kit and plug into these and then wire the radio up. Don't ever cut these because it just turns into a mess when you can just, nowadays, back in the day you had to do it that way, but now they make so many kits. You just plug into your speakers here, and then your inputs and outputs right here for your voltage and turn on and all that kind of stuff. And your antenna, well, that's speaker wires that I've had to redo. But yeah, the speaker wires in your door, they want to break up in there where it bends at. This is what I use to go through there. It's got some rope in it, and this is real fine copper wire. And this is used on lift trucks for sensors. It goes over the mast cables and stuff, pulleys. It's real tough stuff, and it's real soft. You can bend it. It's good wire, but this stuff here is good to run through the door. It's kind of easy to get it through there because of this. You can lube it up and cut it off sharp and get it through the holes and to the speakers. If your door speakers don't work, it's probably got a broke wire from on this side going through the door. But you can replace this, or replace it with something like this and fix that. But there it is. It wasn't too bad. There is a little bit of modifying you got to do. this is how much I cut off of. That's the mount, the factory mount. It goes, would have went there. Would have went right there. You just got to cut that flush off with this, where you can bolt that up and then trim it out to fit. I can't find any of the pieces I cut off for the. Let's see if they fell down in there. No. See if you can get a better view how I cut that. When you see yours, you'll see what I'm talking about. It ain't pretty or nothing, but you'll never see it. But if you got a whiz wheel like this and you're cutting plastic, always use this, because it'll actually melt it back together and keep it from opening up if it's something that's got a seam in it or whatever. These work pretty good, and they're cheap at Harbor Freight. This one come from Harbor Freight years ago, and I've had it. It ain't very strong, but for what we do, it ain't strong enough to break the blades and stuff. It'll cut pretty good, especially for stuff like this. You can get it in there. It's actually the tip of that bolt there touching like that and going straight back. That's how I cut it. And make sure you got all your wires and stuff out of the way. You don't want to cut nothing back in there. That would suck. Just make sure you got all that stuff out of the way when you do it, which that's common sense in my book. Anyway, fellas, I'm out. I'm gonna try to get a trail ride video uploaded this weekend too. The trail ride I did the other day, where I just went for the Sunday drive, I put all that on my phone, and that uploads fine. It just doesn't seem to want to upload off a laptop. So I'm gonna figure something out tonight, because it was a pretty good trail ride. I don't want you guys to miss it. You're not gonna miss it if I have to go to somebody's house and upload it and do all kind of stuff like that. But y'all take it easy, have a good one. It's Saturday, about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I'm gonna keep messing with Betty. Oh, and I got one more thing. Y'all know how I am. Backup camera, so I don't back into stuff, because you can't see nothing out of this thing at nighttime when you got mud all over the windows. And I'm gonna put that in a location where it won't get muddy. Y'all take it easy. We'll holler at y'all soon. I'm gonna get this thing hooked up, and I'll make a review on that radio once I figure out all the buttons and stuff. And I'm gonna order a sound bar of some sort for the rear. If it ain't loud enough already with the speakers, I'm gonna order some kind of sound bar, subwoofer, an amplifier, and get us a stereo all set up in here where I got some tunes when I'm riding, something I can hear way better than this crap. And I'll show y'all when I get it all done, and we'll make a review on the radio. Take it easy, guys. We'll holler at y'all later. Bye.